Hey guys, what's up? Beast here, bringing you a sort of a farewell video to Black Ops 3 Zombies, just Black Ops 3 in general, and you know, all the Call of Duties that are out right now. So because Black Ops 4 is coming out in, for me, about 16 hours. For the rest of us, I mean, when this video, by the time this video goes live, it should be about 12 hours probably. But this is just sort of some gameplay on Revelations, which is the last Zombies map that they released for Black Ops 3, and then also my favorite map, which is Zetsubo no Shima, which is the second map, I believe, right? Yeah, second map in the map pack series, so it came out like maybe like February time or something like that. I don't really know. I guess I could look it up, but it was the second map pack that came out. So this is Revelations. I haven't really played a ton of World War II recently. As you guys know by my lack of uploading it, I haven't played really any for probably 6 months. I played a little bit when there was like, you know, shipment 1944, 24/7 kind of a thing, that kind of stuff. But really, we've been playing a lot of the remastered games. So we're playing a lot of like Modern Warfare 3 Remastered in particular. We played a bunch of that. That was super fun. I absolutely love that game. I think that still might be... It's really close to being my favorite Call of Duty. This game, I think, is right there with it, Black Ops 3. I put in so much time on this multiplayer, so we're talking about... I got to... I think I was ranked number 475 for overall score. Now I'm on Xbox, but in all my time playing on this game, the one game that I was even relatively close... And so right here I'm just shooting the tombstones, because we're going to be going for the Easter egg. We actually end up completing the Easter egg. Spoiler alert. But we started with 4, just to, you know, go in there, and this is one of the few Easter eggs that you can do where you can just drag someone through, even if they're not attempting to go for the Easter egg. You and, even by yourself you can do it, but you and one other person, especially working together, can just do the whole Easter egg without any help from anybody, which is really cool. So that's what we're going to do, but Black Ops 3, I got ranked number 480 for overall score, overall playtime, and in the first 6 months, so there's a Dingo, that's a good start, and Arnie's, that was on the, basically, I said out loud to my friend who I'm playing with here, I was like, dude, all I need are, I need some Arnie's, and I got them, and as soon as I got them, I said, and now the only thing I need is the Servant, and literally back-to-back hits right there, I got both of them, which is really sick. So, now you'll see me do this little fun maneuver here. Woo! And then you've got to throw these Arnie's in these little holes. There's 9 of them. So I'll show you what happens after the first 3, and then I'll just skip through the last ones. But on Modern Warfare 3 combined, I ended up resetting my stats, and I did a lot of math to figure out where I would be, and did a lot of looking at the leaderboards, and I was basically breaking right around the top 1,000 for overall score. I had 48 days of playtime on that game in multiplayer. That was a real close call right there. So 48 days of playtime total in that multiplayer, and I was barely in the top 1,000, like 975. So when I got to play Black Ops 3, I went so hard for the first 5 months this game was out, and I mean so hard, like harder than probably any of you guys, maybe only a handful of you know this type of dedication to a game. I was sacrificing sleep, I was sacrificing eating, I was sacrificing TV shows, I was sacrificing YouTube. Basically anything that you do for free time, because I work full-time, so anything that I was doing, I was working full-time or really close to full-time, and then literally every single hour outside of that, 7 days a week, I was playing 6 hours a day of Black Ops 3, 7 days a week. And I did that every single day. And most days, after the second half, most days I didn't want to do it. But I knew what dedication I was putting into it. I knew what I wanted to achieve, and I ended up getting there. And I was so proud of that. How much work I put in, how much time I spent. You know, I don't know if proud's the right word. I'm not a proud person, but I was so happy with that result. I was so happy with the top 500 overall. That means there were only 479 people in the world who had a higher score than I did. And I was super happy with that. Super happy, and that allowed me to just quit and say, you know what? That's it. I've reached it. And to be honest with you, that's the height of all my Call of Duty playing. You know, 10,000 plus hours, 10 years. That was the height. That was the height of playing it. Was right there. So this game got that for me. And then as you see here, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but when I look at my thing, I'm like level 825 in zombies. So I almost made it to 1,000 on zombies. But on this game in particular, I put in 35 days or 32 days in the multiplayer and got to the top 480 on overall score. And then 125,000 kills or something like that. And then I got almost to level 1,000 in zombies with over 30 days played in zombies. So this was the most played game. At this point, I have like 2,200 hours played on this game or something like that, which is just an incredible amount. So this is my favorite Call of Duty, I think. It's really close with Modern Warfare 3, just because that one was like a different time in my life, but see like 824 right there. But this one in particular, so this is sort of a farewell to that. I'd really love if zombies, kind of continued in this direction. I don't really know if that's the right way to say it. I'm going to roll through the cutscene right here, so we can see the cutscene for those of you who haven't seen it, because it's fitting since this is the final zombies map, and so this sort of ties the whole story together of all these zombies.
Sophia.
All the zombies, just stories that they had, especially throughout Black Ops 3, but also even Black Ops 2 and even into the earlier games, with Richtofen, Takio, Tank Dempsey, and Nikolai. This sort of ties them all together. So, if you remember, you go around in this storyline of Black Ops 3, at least you go around, you collect 4 different souls from previous versions of these characters, because the universe is all torn in two and it's all messed up and everything's different. And Revelations is the culmination of all that. So you collect all 4 souls, and then you get to sorry, I bumped my desk. And then you get to Revelations, and
I can stop making
you basically complete the Easter egg, and then all this happens here.
No undead, no apothecary.
And so I'll be quiet here for a second while we finish up the cutscene so you can listen.
All of it gone, forever. But here's the funny thing: you snowflakes shouldn't even still be here. You should be fading out of existence by now. Those blood vials.
I was wondering when you'd bring this up.
They're from realities we've already closed off. They shouldn't be here. They can't be here. Such a paradox means you're putting my perfect world at risk. You guys and your bloody free will. What to do? What to do? Well, you certainly can't stay here.
You could send us somewhere else. Somewhere we've never been.
I suppose I could make a little corner somewhere in history. A place where I can dump some of the other shit that I've left over. Or I just wipe you from existence. Ooh, hang on. Actually, that all works out perfectly.
And here we are at Origins. Now, this is not the Origins that you play in World War I from Black Ops 2, but this is the real Origins. Like, this is actually when this happened, you know, long before the actual storyline. So, basically what this does is this neatly ties together the entire story. So, this is where it started with Origins, hence the name of the map, Origins, and then through all that, it ends up tying it back together in this one big loop. And so it ties together really nicely. And so we don't know where we're going to go from here, honestly. Are we going to get all new characters? Are we going to get some of the same characters? Now, I should let you guys know, I've gone completely blind into this. So I know that at this point there are things out there and there's knowledge out there about zombies, about the game in general. I have literally no idea about any of those things. I have gone 100% completely information dark, and I'm super thrilled to say that. I've caught 1 or 2 things just by accident, but I unsubscribed from everybody that I have watched that's Call of Duty related, and I've gone completely information dark, so I've seen nothing. And like I said, I understand. At this point, you guys already know the answer to that, whether we're going to get new characters, whether we're going to have the same characters. I don't. I'm completely unaware, so I can't wait to see where it takes us. One thing that I will say, this is Zetsubo no Shima. This is my favorite map, I think. Right there with Shadows of Evil. I like Shadows of Evil. It can be tedious, to say the least. And Record by Fud, who I'm playing with right there, absolutely just hates Shadows of Evil so bad. So I would have loved to have played that on our last night playing, but you know, I'm not going to force him to play that since he hates it so much. But I mean, this is Zetsu Washima. This is one of my favorite maps, so this is just kind of some gameplay on here. And at the end of this is the bane of my existence on zombies. Really the only reason why I won't say definitively that this is my favorite game ever from Call of Duty. Is really just the problem of multiplayer and the problem of zombies connection issues. So I really think if they don't have a dedicated server for zombies on this new game, I think that's completely inexcusable. I think that would be the worst thing that's ever happened, the worst decision they've ever made. Given how popular zombies is as a game mode, given how much people play it and how much there is to do and how much people spend and how much time you invest to do what we did here, which is basically go on an Easter egg run. We basically went an entire Easter egg run all the way up to the final like couple steps, and a guy disconnects. He just disconnects, and it happens so much in this game, in Zombies. I know you guys who've played Zombies know what I'm talking about on this game. The amount of disconnects that you experience is absolutely unreal. It is completely 100% game-breaking in my opinion, and it ruins the entire experience of Zombies. And there are long periods of time where I didn't play Zombies, and initially when I stopped playing Zombies, I quit because of that. Because of the fact that every single game is a disconnect. Now, if somebody leaves or whatever, that's fine. If someone leaves and they want to, and it migrates host or whatever, I'm okay with that. As much as I don't like that, you can't force someone to stay in the game. But what I'm talking about are the disconnects, and specifically the disconnects are from people dashboarding, are from people quitting the game while it's running. So that means they're just playing a game, and I thought this for a long time. I thought to myself, these are just people who are like, just don't want to play anymore and are just going to hit quit and just go start playing something else. And then I started realizing that's exactly what was happening. I was looking at people immediately after they disconnected from our game when it said connection interrupted for like 2 minutes straight, 3 minutes. And then I'd look at their profile and they'd be playing like Grand Theft Auto. And I sent several unbelievably angry messages to people, and I actually got banned. In my 10 years on Xbox Live, I've been banned one time, and it was on this game, and it was because, not this, particular game, but this was, 2 years ago, I guess, when the game was still out over the summer, and I went so hard at somebody who had quit the game like that, and people who were just doing some unbelievably dumb things and just trolling and basically ruining everyone else's experience, which is the problem that I have, and I am completely, I don't regret at all what I said to the guy. And I'm glad that I was able to say that to him, because people ruining the experience of others in Zombies is the single biggest problem with Zombies. And really the biggest way they can address that is to make a dedicated server. So that when you start a game, instead of being peer-to-peer hosted, if you start a game, if somebody disconnects, if their internet craps out, which by the way happens a lot, or if someone pulls the plug on their router, or as if the other night when I was playing on my computer, a guy was playing in our game and he got disconnected because his roommate decided it would be that he needed to plug in his phone and charge it, and the thing that he decided to unplug was the router. He was like, oh, we don't need this, so he just unplugged the router and the game got disconnected. So it's like, that kind of stuff happens all the time. And Zombies is a game that's meant to be played for long periods of time. Like, this game was an hour and 25 minutes or something, and the whole thing ended and disconnected because this guy just didn't want to play anymore, and he just quit. And that is the single biggest problem facing Zombies. I don't really... Any of the other things that I want to change for Zombies, which is really only 1 or 2 things, I could totally deal with if they could fix the issue, because this connection issue has driven me away from this game many times, on many occasions. As good as this game is, as complete as this game is, as a Zombies game, as deep and ridiculously awesome and customizable, and as unbelievable amount of replayability as the Zombies has, which it totally does. I mean, guys, 30 days in Zombies. I mean, 30 days, that's 700 hours. And the problem with that is that that's only in-game time. So I've played,
give it to Richtofen.
near 1,000 hours of just the Zombies on this game alone. And it's just, the replayability for me is intense. And I love it so much. But the thing that ruins it for me is you cannot play a public game anymore. So basically what happens is me and Wrecker by Foot end up playing 2-player games most of the time. As much as we love playing with 4 people and just carrying people and reviving people and getting a ton of revives and helping people go as far as they can, it's not worth it anymore, because people just leave the game all the time. and I mean all the time, any of you guys that have played zombies know that most people will leave. At least one person leaves before round 10 in pretty much every game you play. And the question for me is like, what are you trying to do, dude? Like, you fired up Black Ops 3, you chose zombies, you chose a map, you waited for the game, you got some people, you hit A to ready up, you started the game, and then less than 10 minutes in, you're bored. Like, I don't know if that's sad, or if that's depressing, or if that's infuriating. And really, it's all three. But I can't believe that people just quit. And that has become the single biggest problem in zombies, and it's become the single biggest problem in Call of Duty in general. But like I said, we're mainly talking about zombies here. So I hope for the new game that they can implement a dedicated server. Please, please, please. Be a dedicated server. Please. If they expect people to invest the time, if they expect people to do more and more complex Easter eggs that are more and more involved each and every time, if they expect people to complete these like that, and they expect people to complete them in a public game, which not everybody has, you know, friends that play this game. Some people play and just, you know, they want to play. But if they expect people to complete ever more complex Easter eggs that last longer and longer, they have to give a dedicated server. There's no excuse. It's actually inexcusable, like I said earlier, that they do that and don't give you a dedicated server. It would be so easy. It's only 4 people. It's nothing like a multiplayer game. So there's my shell. I'm going to be quiet here because this is the single coolest sound. I promise I haven't boosted this sound at all. This is what the actual freaking sound sounds like when you play in-game, and it's one of the sickest things that I've ever heard. One of my favorite moments, maybe even my favorite moment of any zombies map, of any Call of Duty. Other than Nuketown 2025, there's this bell. Okay, check this out. I'm going to insert this shell. The shell doesn't pop up anywhere that you have it, so you just have to move until you insert it, and check out the sound this thing makes when you shoot it down. That is the sickest thing I've ever heard. Absolutely the sickest thing I've ever heard. Other than, like I said, this clock bong that it does, where it like slows down on Nuketown 2025. It's just like grandfather clock type sound, and that's epic. But guys, I'm so excited. I really can't even tell you. We are so close, and I've got a couple days off of work, so I can play as much as possible. Please, please check back with me for videos. I'm gonna put up. I don't know how many I'm going to put up, at least one the first day. Well, that first night, so like it'll come out at 10 p.m. and then I'll probably put something up, you know, maybe by like the early morning hours, like 3 or 4 in the morning. I should have something up. I'm going to put something up. I'm gonna make it as kind of hasty as possible. I'm not going to do a ton of editing, and I probably won't do a ton of voiceover stuff, kind of just my first impressions, because that stuff takes so much time. I don't want to take more time out of playing the game, but I'll definitely take some time off to record something and put it up. So please, please, please check back and check something out. If you have the game, I hope you're playing it, but if you don't, if you want to see what it looks like, or if you're interested in it, please check it out on my channel. So the other thing I want to address is the Gobble Gums. And see, as you see here, we lost a guy, so, you know, we've already lost one. But the Gobble Gums, so the Gobble Gums have made the game so much more complex, and they've given you so many more opportunities and so many more strategies to play the game. But the issue for me with the Gobble Gums is that there are just a select few of Gobble Gums that basically make the game unbelievably easy. They basically make you invincible, and they basically make the game so easy that it's not even a challenge anymore. And that's my issue. That's my second issue with zombies. My lesser issue. The connection issue is like 80% of any of the problems I have with zombies. There's really, I mean, zombies is almost flawless in every other aspect. There's one other aspect is the Gobble Gums. They've made it, I bumped my desk, sorry. They've made it so easy to go far rounds, and it's routine. So what me and Record by FUD did is we hadn't played zombies for a couple of months. We had been playing it, but like I said, we were playing a lot of the remastered Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1. We were playing a lot of those. And so we came back, and we decided to go for some new high rounds, and we went on all the maps that came out in the, I don't even remember what it was called. The Zombies, like the remastered Zombies pack. I wish I could tell you. I can't believe I can't remember that. But the remastered Zombies pack that came out with all the maps remastered, all the older maps and stuff. we went and played through all those, and we got new high rounds on all of those, and we went to at least 40 on all those maps. Except for, well, there were a couple that we couldn't make it to 40, but we went to 40 on like 5 new maps, and we went to 50. And we were both shocked and surprised how easy it was for us to get to round 40. And it's just like, we weren't even really using Gobble Gums, to be honest. We had the high round Gobble Gums set up, but we weren't even really using them that much. And so we were just super shocked and kind of taken aback by how easy it was for us to get 40 on pretty much all the maps that we tried, and 50 on a couple. And it's just like, it was so easy. And so I just feel like they need to do something with that. They need a few of the Gobble Gums need to be addressed, or there needs to be a rework of the zombies and how hard they get at certain rounds, because it's just become too easy to go too far. And you know, that's like, we want it to go back to the days where only the elite of the elite people get to a high round, not like, you know, any dude who can play solo and can pause the game all the time, take breaks every 30 minutes, can leave his Xbox on for 4 or 5 days, can get to like 100. You know, that's just, I'm so sick of that. So, well, thank you guys. As I said, this is the worst thing that happens, and this is how I know that it's not a connection-related issue, is it's always when someone goes down. So look what happens, right? We're over here. I realized I didn't have a seed, so I asked him to go plant one. And I'm like, oh no, this guy went down. So I turn around and run, and I leave immediately. I have more revives. I have games with 30 and 40 revives. Because I leave immediately to revive people. I'm always about trying to help people get revived and continue their game and go as far as possible. So I'm a selfless player in that sense. And I left immediately what I was doing. I didn't wait. I left immediately. And he just like, yeah, I've had enough. I'm done. I'm going to go pull a prostitute out of a car and destroy her with a submachine gun in the face and then steal her car on GTA. Like, I don't know what he wants to do, but that's just, it makes me so mad. It infuriates me so bad. So that has to be fixed. It has to. And I've already said before, if it's not, I'm really going to have to think long and hard about whether I actually want to play it and actually dedicate and invest time into the zombies mode, if that's going to be something that's going to continue happening. So, guys, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this for a long time. I remember the last time I was this excited, and it was right before Black Ops 3 launched, because I basically did the same thing. Besides the beta on that game, I was basically information dark going into that too. But this time, I literally have no idea what to expect. I know of one game mode. I know of the blackout mode and what that entails, I think. Other than that, I'm so pumped I can't even tell you guys. I'm so excited. I'm going to be working so hard to get out of work as soon as possible tomorrow so I can come home and play right away and just put in as many hours as I can. I'm going to try to put in 30 hours over the next few days and be on the lookout for a video. I really hope I see you guys out there. I hope I either get to decimate you out on the multiplayer battlefield and just get like a 50 and 5 or like 100 and like, you know, 10 or something like that. Or I hope I can help you get to around 30 or 40 on maps that we don't know. And have a good time. So, guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I will see you in the next one. Check back soon. Check out my other stuff if you want.